at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, hello there, America. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open Mic America. We're going to be our evening showcase tonight, and we have featured tonight our show engineer and our founder, Capo Dave Williams. We have our interview for tonight, Mike Simpson, and I will be your host this evening. My name is Laura P.L. Bordowitz, but if you are new here to Open Mic America, maybe wondering what we're doing here, it's very simple. Our mission is to support your local open mics, and it's our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. No gimmicks, no frills. This right here is the beating heart of American music. It's that tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. And we are so excited to have 9 wonderful performers from you tonight, spread across 9 different states in America. The first one is going to be John Gary from Stowe, Ohio. We're going to have Ann Sandstrom from Burlington, Massachusetts. Dan and Faith from Charleston, New Hampshire. Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon. Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland. Matt Meehan from Portland, Oregon. Nick Carter from Riverside, Connecticut. And Linda Sussman from Huntington Station, New York. I don't know about all of you watching out there in YouTube land, but I can tell you that I am so excited to hear everybody play tonight. And first up on the docket is the one and only John Gary, who wants to shout out the Dragonfly Winery in Canal Fulton. There's a monthly open mic and showcase that he hosts there. And so without further ado, Gary, take it away.
Hi, Laura. It's good to see you again. You were talking about your weather. And you sent it our way in Ohio today, actually this afternoon. So we went from 80 this morning to about 62 this afternoon. Thank you very much. So I've got a couple of songs a little bit out of style for what I've typically done here. I'm going to do songs about love that has failed. So my first song here is a song called Once in Love. It goes like this. How can I make you stay? And how can I make you see? How can I make you love me? Tell me if there's a way. So what became of trust? And how can you lie to me? I'm down here on my knee, indignant righteousness. Once in love, I always hoped I'd find one true love who could love in kind. Now you tell me your love is gone, and you tell me it has to end, but you say we can still be friends after all we've said and done. So how can I make you stay? And how can I make you see? And how can I make you love me? Tell me if there's a way. And once in love, I always hoped I'd find one true love who could love in kind.
Awesome. Brilliant.
What an opener.
Wonderful.
Thank you. All right. My second song is also kind of in that same vein of, love that fails right in the beginning. The song is called To Call Our Own. So it goes like this. Once upon a time I had a love I knew that I could call my own, but she disappeared and now I know I'll have to make it all alone. With differences and quarrels and those things that all new lovers must go through, tore us both apart until we knew that we could never start anew. And once again we lose the friend that we thought to call our own. We're masking up, pretending as we try to find the love we knew was gone. Made it all the harder when we knew this love affair could not go on. So breaking up is harder when you think your lover really cares for you, because you think you should have tried a little harder just to make it through. And once again, we lose the friend that we thought to call our own. Then you find peace of mind is not as easy as it seemed. So once upon a time I had a love I knew that I could call my own, but she disappeared and now I know I'll have to make it all alone. Differences and quarrels and those things that all new lovers must go through, tore us both apart until we knew that we could never start anew. And once again, we lose the friend that we thought to call our own, to call our own, to call our own, to call our own. Thank you.
I was dancing that whole time. I was having a good time.
Good. Appreciate that.
Okay, John Gary.
Yes.
We don't have the side-by-side screen that I see yet, but we can go ahead and start the interview. Yeah. Anyway, very nice stuff. First off,
Thank you.
I've enjoyed hearing you play each time I've heard you. You've played here 2 or 3 other times?
It's, I think, about
On
my
Open Mic
fifth
America,
time
I
here
think?
now.
About your 5th. Yeah. Okay. Well, good stuff. Glad to have you back. So, I think I'll start with something I picked off your website. I was pleased to see, given how good a player you are, you're looking to do an instrumental album. It said, is that correct? Am I right about that?
That's correct. I'm in the process of recording that right now, and it's tentatively titled Can't Find the Words.
Right. It says he's in the process of recording it. I repeat it, John, because we're having some data dropout problems from your transmission there. What's your influences in the instrumental stuff? Who are you pushed on by?
You know, if I go back to my original inspiration, probably with guitar work, Phil Keggy, starting with that. But you know, it's really all over the place because the instrumental pieces will be some finger picking, but there's also some very electric rock kind of stuff that's in there too. So I'd also say it could be even going back to Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and King Crimson, and some of those things too. Very much the prog rock kind of things.
Right. Well, I certainly heard that in what you did there too. You know, those long extended runs and all that. Yeah, that's great. And so in terms of when you're writing the songs that you're writing, it comes across to me as though that maybe the rhythmic elements are probably early in your songwriting development of each song. Is that true?
Actually, no. Most of the songs I write start with the lyrics, and then I build my music around the lyrics itself. The exception was that very first song, which I had as an instrumental for years and I had the rhythm, I had the melody, all of those pieces and no words, and finally added words to that one. But no, I write my words first.
All right. Good. Well, you have a great deal of rhythmic wonderfulness in your songs, and I really appreciate having you back. It was great to hear you. Hope we'll see you here again sometime.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Laura?
Awesome. One more time for John, kicking off the show. It was so nice. And we're going to keep on moving. In case some of you were looking into the description of the YouTube video, you will see our list of players tonight, as well as links to all of their websites. So if you want to hear more from them, go ahead and check that out. Unfortunately, Neil Dale is not here right now, so we are going to go on to our next player, which is going to be Ann Sandstrom from Burlington, Massachusetts, and her favorite open mic is the North Reading Community Coffee House. So Ann, are you ready?
Yes, I am. And
It's
actually,
all you.
You know, in Massachusetts, we don't necessarily pronounce things the way you might expect. We've got Peabody and Worcester and in North Reading. Well, also here in Massachusetts, we don't tend to get tornadoes very often, but I happened to experience one a few years ago, and I don't recommend it, but I did get a song out of it. This is called Wing of a Butterfly. And my husband, John Loretz, is going to join with a little bit of harmonica. You'll see that it makes sense in the song. In the fever of July, the only sound is buzzing flies. Air so still in a green, gray sky. The only wind from the wing of a butterfly. The only wind from the wing of a butterfly. Red cats on my feet. I drag my doll in the dusty heat. Something stirs in the summer wheat, far too high for little me to see. Far too high for little me to see. First flash nearly struck me blind. The first blast caught me from behind. Red cats now far below. I'm flying high inside a cyclone. I'm flying high inside a In the fever of July, the only sound is buzzing flies. Air so still in a green, gray sky. The only wind from the wing of a butterfly. The only wind from the wing of a butterfly.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And thanks to John for joining me on that one. Well, this next one is about, or is inspired by a friend of ours who has been facing some really pretty significant challenges over the last couple of years. And through the whole thing, he is just an amazing, amazing person. Very positive, but not in a sort of syrupy way, in a very realistic way, but he inspired me to write this. It's called Bright and Brave. the hardest news, the deepest blues, and turn them into hues of sea and sky. Some gaze at the grave and mistakes they've made, but you fly. You filter out the dark, the sorry part, and turn it into art of love and light. We cringe and we cry, shake fists and ask why, but you fly. When the sun turns sour for heavy hours, you're still finding flowers and silver skies. I curse at the clouds, I'm crawling like a coward, but you fly. You face with grace these daunting days. In these times you shine bright and brave. You take the hardest news, the deepest blues, and turn them into views of sea and sky. Some gaze at the grave and mistakes they've made, but you fly. You fly. You fly.
Wonderful.
Oh, those were beautiful, Anne. Those were beautiful.
Thank you very much.
All right. Anne
Hi, Mike.
Sandstrom. I haven't heard you before. I'm very pleased to hear you now.
Oh, good.
So you're in Massachusetts. As a Kansan myself, I can tell you I completely concur in my disdain and dislike for tornadoes.
I can only imagine. I only experienced an EF1. It
Oh.
did rip the roof off a hotel, though.
Yeah, well, they all nasty. It's just a truth about them. So both of those songs come very clearly out of your life and circumstances. Is that pretty much the place where your source material comes from for your songwriting?
A lot of the time, yes, but lately, actually, and if I get to come back, I'll do more. I've been doing more story songs. My last two songs are actually based on books.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good to have many wells to draw the water from, you know. That's a good kind of a thing.
Exactly.
So your touch. There's a thing in songwriting called I believe by someone else who was playing here tonight, called your touch, the way you handle your subjects, and yours is very deft, very gentle. Has the person that the second song is about, have they heard the song?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
And how
and
did
I
they
actually-
respond?
Well, and I've gotten to, I finally got to sing it for him live in person. I mean, we've seen each other online. He's also another musician. And, well, he was in the front row when I finally got to do it in person, and he was crying.
Good for you. One of the bardic skills, make them weep.
Yeah.
and I look behind you. Do you play Chinese folk instruments or?
No, those are actually, there are things, those are from Mongolia. And
Oh,
from my
Mongolian.
husband's travels, he has done his career has been about peace work and working for international physicians for the prevention of nuclear war, and which has taken him everywhere. And so we have things from all around the world throughout the house.
All right, very nice. Um, well, and speaking of touch, his touch on the harmonica, very deft, sir. That was as well, very gentle. It's not always possible to hear harmonica played gently.
That only looks like a harmonica for that song. It's actually part of the emergency broadcast system.
I see. All right, as well. May it never have to be used in regard to your work.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right, and anything else you'd like to tell us about, like where you might be playing soon, or anywhere? Got any
Well,
gigs?
I'm actually going to be at the Music Matters showcase on April 30th, and we can hear more about that from Joe, who will be coming up later.
All right, very good. Walpurgisnacht. You'll be there at the
Yeah.
at Music Matters. Very nice. I echo your hope that you will be back here, and it was lovely to hear you. Thank you very much.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to turn it back over to Laura.
Thanks, Mike, and thank you, Anne. Those were two wonderful songs. I think I speak for everybody here tonight when I say that. We're doing really great for this show tonight. Everybody's sounding great, and I know it's gonna be just gonna keep staying great the whole way through. And in fact, our next act for you tonight is two for the price of one. We have Dan and Faith for Charleston, New Hampshire, and they want to shout out an open mic that is just across the river from them in Windsor, Vermont, the Windsor, Vermont open mic. But Dan and Faith, the stage is yours.
Thank you. And since Dan's got a bit of a head cold, we'll be doing two of my songs this evening so that he doesn't have to try to sing and cough at the same time. Her name was Melody, that's all they told to me when I first asked about her picture. The story of her end was a lot to comprehend. This mystery girl who would have been my sister. So many others loved her, she's a stranger to me. Though I witnessed their pain, to me she'll always be just a picture on the wall. And then there's Rachel, she's my mom. She was practical and calm and healthy as a horse until the end. It broke my heart the day I was told she'd passed away. A world without her I could not comprehend. Her death rocked my foundation, shook me to the core. Though I no longer have her with me, to me she's so much more than just a picture on the wall. Why do we keep pictures after someone's gone? Why do we need to connect when they depart? I find myself looking at each portrait eye to eye. It helps me keep them in my heart. Their names are Richard, Jake, and Jerry, Terrence, Bill, and Terry. I watch their online postings go by. When they pass beyond this plane, the Facebook friendships remained. I cannot bring myself to break this tie. It's so hard to believe that each of them is gone. But when they show up on my screen, the memories carry on through their pictures on my wall. I love these pictures on my wall. And I know, we've just gone through some tough years, and I know a lot of folks have lost people through COVID. That song actually predates COVID by quite a bit. But, it all speaks to people that we have had in our lives and whom we have lost. So we'll, we're not going to leave you on a sad note. This one's a little more fun. We used to do a songwriter showcase where we have our audience choose song prompts. And actually, that previous song was a song prompt song. The prompt was pictures on the wall. The second one, the prompt was road trips. And we have a ton of different songs about road trips. So I decided that I'd take it from a slightly different point of view. My life at home can be rather dull. Chase a tail, chase a cat, chase the mailman, maybe bark at a gull. Things get exciting when it's time for a meal, or when I get to ride in an automobile. Is that your car keys? Let's go for a ride. I hear them jingling. Let's go for a ride. Don't care where we're going. Just let me inside the car and let's all go for a ride. I love the feel of the wind in my hair, so I must stick my head out the window, get maximum air. It's just not the same when you blow in my face, 'cause the car takes me to some magnificent place. Is that your car keys? Let's go for a ride. I hear them jingling. Let's go for a ride. Don't care where we're going. Just let me inside the car and let's all go for a ride. Of course, there was that one trip that was not fun. That place that smelled of chemicals and fear. I swear when I came home from that sad journey, there was a bit less of me here. I'm quick to explain why I love writing so. Different sounds, different smells, different flavors wherever I go. Well, there's more to it than that. It's more fun by far just to get the chance to go on a trip in the car. Is that your car keys? Let's go for a ride. I hear them jingling. Let's go for a ride. Don't care where we're going. Just let me inside the car and let's all go for a ride. Don't care where we're going. Just let me inside the car. And let's all go for a ride.
Charming.
I figured we needed to end with something a little lighter.
Something a bit more up. That was certainly
Yes,
a bit
yes,
more up.
very definitely.
I almost had a faint sense that the protagonist in that story song was not a human.
You think?
Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got that right. When I was a kid, when my brother went off in the Marine Corps, he left us with his German Shepherd. And said German Shepherd loved nothing more than to go for car rides, to a point where we pretty much had to put a foot on his chest and shove him out the door so that we could get the car door closed. And so that is dedicated to our dear German Shepherd Zeke.
All right. Hey, and there's a certain magic to having a duet where they aren't necessarily both playing instruments at the same time, because your acting skills, which are considerable, leap to the forefront there. Beautiful to watch the gestures and the way they increased in intensity each time we headed for the car with car keys.
I had fun writing that one, and normally, I would be playing an instrument, but on that one, I just need to go full body on it. So, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Well, that's a good decision, I think. I support that fully. Dreams and everyday life. Tell me about how that drives what you guys do.
Well, we got our songwriting start through a class with Pete and Maura Kennedy that had to do with using meditation and lucid dreaming to elicit ideas for songs. And so a number of the songs that we have written, more so for Dan than for me over the years, have come from dreams. And between that and songs of everyday life, the first song that we did was, people near and dear to myself and to us as a couple, who we've lost over the years, and so and the names in the last verse, some of them are doubled up. There's multiple Jakes. There's multiple Bills. So yeah.
Life happens.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it does.
definitely.
So Dan, when you have something that comes out of a dream, what is it? What do you get? Do you get the whole song? You wake up, you got to run out and write it down, or?
it really varies. Sometimes it's just an image. My voice is a little screwed up today, so I'll work around that. Sometimes it's just an image. Sometimes it is an idea. Sometimes it's the whole story. Sometimes it's lyrics. Most recent one actually was one of the February album writing month songs. I was working on a song and took a nap and woke up from the nap with a whole song.
Yeah, there
Which
you
is
go.
rare but exciting.
It happens on rare occasions. It's a delight. But
I've only ever gotten like one line, and I've gotten one song that I'm particularly fond of that's on one of our earlier albums from a one line, and I also during February album writing month I got a song that we'll have to work on yet because it's sort of a little baby song at this point, but a line and an image from that from a dream went into that song. And so yeah, we never know. And he had one song where it just he woke up with where he had a dream with the word grateful in flashing neon letters, and he wrote a song called
it's like,
Grateful.
okay, I guess I better write that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in about 20 minutes, I wrote the lyrics, and then I went off and worked on the music, and then worked on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, a delight to have you. This is not your first time, right?
No, I think it's our fourth. I wanna
Fourth
say
time?
fourth.
Yeah, I know I've seen you a couple times.
Yeah.
Very nice. And thank you so much for coming. I hope you'll come back. But before you go, I have one really important question that you don't have to answer. But do all your shirts match?
Only on stage.
Only on stage.
And
Okay.
and these are from the Vermont Flannel Company from
Oh,
across
wow.
the river from us.
Royalty
and
in shirts.
And
Yeah.
they have patterns that match in men's and women's.
All right.
That makes
Well,
them important to us.
good find. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I hope your voice gets better there, old son.
It'll be fine soon.
Okay.
And normally we're known for vocal harmonies, which was kind of hard tonight.
Yeah.
Right. Somewhat difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me hand it back over, and thank you again.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you, Dan and Faith. That last song was a lot of fun. I could picture my dog acting the same way. We have a lot of fun here on this show. And I think we're going to continue having fun because we're going to have someone who has graced the stage a couple of times. And it's going to be Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon on next. His favorite open mic is the Songwriters Soiree in Portland. Wade, it's all yours. Oh, looks like you're still on mute, Wade.
You're still muted, Wade.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. And now this, okay. All right. So talking about dreams, this song I'm going to do is called The Old World. And it was inspired from a dream. And then I ended up taking some inspiration from the pandemic. So here goes, The Old World. I built this boat in my own backyard. I sail the seas, yet I never get far. I'm looking for the old world. As I sail up this river, something calls out my name. It's carried off on a distant train. I think it's heading toward the old world. It's heading toward the old world. The old world. But the old world is not around. An old school bus with such a colorful crew is blasting us with roll away the dew. Can they make it to the old world? Now my 10-year-old points up to the sky. I'm leaning forward, there's a saucer on high. Oh yes, there is. I think they're looking for the old world. They're looking for the old world. The old world. But the old world is not around. Aren't we all looking for the old world? The old world. But the old world is not around. Is not around. Not around.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm going to introduce you to my partner, Helen. She's going to help out on this next one.
If I could get up here. Okay.
It's title of the song is The Broken Record of Goodbyes. 2, 3, 4. Now I can't always tell where my heart is at. I was feeling kind of lost, but she knew that. So I tried and tried to stop the broken record of goodbye. Still I played once again, wouldn't you know? I got to go. I can't believe I did what I had done. The weight upon my shoulders felt like a ton. She slammed the car door on her hand when I did my thing and ran. Tell me, what kind of man am I? Yeah, I played it once again, wouldn't you know? I got to go. I listened to Woody Guthrie sing his song. So long, it's been good to know you. So long. I hope someday before I die, I'll stop the broken record of goodbyes. Hear me play it once again, wouldn't you know? I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. Okay, here goes. I got to go. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So fun.
Well, Wade Worthington, very nice stuff. Hey, looking around at your name, I found some little clues as to what you liked and what you've done before. Do I detect a little Smiths in your songwriting?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of influence by the Smiths.
Yeah,
It's a big favorite band of mine. Yeah.
yeah. And you were in, now I'm unclear from things I've heard. Faith No More, Faith No Man. What is it?
When I was with them, it was at the beginning. We're called Sharp Young Men,
Okay.
and then we changed our name. That was a little too hokey, and we changed it to Faith in No Man. But that was too long, so they abbreviated it to Faith period No Man. And then after about a couple years of that, I quit. I thought they were going nowhere. And right the year I quit, they changed it to Faith No More. And I doubt anybody in your audience has heard of them, but if you look them up, you could see that they did pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm in the audience and I've heard of them, so there's one. Good. When you were writing, what again? I ask this a lot, but what is it that's the starting point? Does it vary? Is it always lyrics? Is it always music?
It's it's never lyrics first,
Okay.
but I think I might have come up with some ideas, and that might inspire. But it's usually always the melody first, and sometimes simultaneously, if I may get some hook or some melody, some lyric to go with the melody, and that sets me off. But it's usually melody, and in the past year, I've had a few songs that almost all came to me in just dreams, and melody, that is. I wish I could have lyrics, because lyrics is like, it's very hard for me to work. It takes me forever to come up with the lyrics. But
And what is the cycle depth on writing a song for you on the average? A day, a week, a month, a year?
how many in a year? If I'm doing pretty well, if I get 6 in a year.
Okay. All right. Well, that changes musician to musician. Yeah. And where do you see yourself going musically? What do you see on the horizon?
Well, you mentioned, the band that I used to be in. It's one of those things that you don't forget. And so it's sort of, now that I'm kind of retired, I'm getting into music, and I'd like to put out some vinyl. I got something in the works now, and it's going to be out later this year. It's waiting to be pressed, and it's just a 5-song EP. What's that? The name of the band is called Lawrence Elk. You could hear the music at lawrenceelk.com. And so I hope to put out more releases, and just have fun sharing the music, and also hoping to have a band to back promoting the music and do some live shows as well.
Right. Yeah. I once knew a group of Native American drummers who had a band, and they did the seashell beaded costumes of their native people, and they called themselves Lawrence Welk. So guys can get together and with and without W, on that kind of thing. All right, Wade, thank you very much. Your wife's name again was?
Partner is Helen Friedman.
Partner, excuse me. Yes, Helen. Very nice.
Thank
Love
you
to
very
hear that
much.
duet singing.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much. Hope we see you again, and I'm going to hand it back over.
Right, thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Wade.
Welcome.
So good to listen to you again.
Thanks.
I don't know if you guys can believe it, but if you count, we're about halfway through the show already. Time flies when you're having a good time, and time's just going to keep flying, because it's going to stay good with our person who's going to kick off the second half of the show, Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland. And he wants to shout out the Music Matters Showcase on Zoom, which Anne mentioned earlier. And in fact, if you're interested in this other Zoom showcase, you're going to contact Joseph Isaacs, and we'll put that contact description right there in the chat of the video. But Joseph, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Hey, y'all, thank you all so much for hosting this. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to start out with a song encouraging you to continue causing trouble. It ain't too late, it ain't too soon. You could go howling for the moon. Oh, I hope you do. Ain't too late, ain't too soon. You could go shouting for the moon. You could find the you inside of you. I'm like Moses on the mountaintop. I ain't ever gonna stop. But I don't know what it is I got to say. I'll just lean in close, hear what the guitar wants me to play, and hope it brings you joy. Yeah, I hope it brings you joy, but not the type that's like a shiny toy. No, the type of joy you can hang on to. Yeah, I hope it brings you joy, not the type that's like a shiny toy. No, the type of joy that'll see you through. Lean in close, hear what your heart has got to say. I hope it brings you joy. I ain't saying you gotta play guitar, be rich or be a star. No, that might not be for you. Ain't saying you gotta play guitar, be rich or be a star. No, you just gotta find the you inside of you. Lean in close, hear what your heart wants you to say. I hope it brings you joy. I hope it brings you joy. Hope it brings you joy.
I like that one.
This actually has a kind of similar theme to it in some ways. Though I try to pack as many, I guess I have a passion for trying to pack a million ideas into one song. But I do the Music Matters Showcase, which we had mentioned before, and I've been doing that for decades now, in person and then virtually, and now in person and virtually. And this song sort of explains, I guess, why I'm interested in things like this, like where people get together and share. So, well, as I say, it's got a bunch of things in it. It's called Genie in a Bottle. Hope you enjoy. It's like I got a genie in a bottle, but I can't get it out. Like I got fire burning deep inside of me, but I just can't put it out. So I'm caught in between these two extremes. It's like I can't find the magic chord. I can't find the secret lyric that'll unlock it all. It's like I can't find the magic touch. It's like I've been asking the wrong questions. See, the genie's not just inside of me, the genie's in us all. The way we all connect, the way our lives intersect. The genie is bigger than us all. It's like we live in this world of celebrities. It's like we live in this world with great big stars. They drive around in fancy cars, and it don't matter who we are. But that's not how it was meant to be. We're not quite a democracy, more a cult of celebrity. Take the spotlight off the stage, shine it out a different way. Shine the spotlight on yourself. Take the spotlight off the stage, shine it out another way. Shine the spotlight into yourself. It's like you got a genie in a bottle and you just can't get it out. You got fire burning deep inside of you. Oh no, please don't put it out. It's like you can't find the secret chord, can't write the perfect lyric, can't find the magic touch that'll unlock it all. It's like you've been asking the wrong question. See, the genie's not just inside of you, the genie's in us all. In the way we all connect, in the way our lives intersect, it's bigger than us all. So take the spotlight off the stage, shine it out another way. Shine the spotlight on yourself. Take the spotlight off the stage, shine it out another way. Shine the spotlight into yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, well, I won't wait for the screen to separate here. Let's start right in here. Here we go. Let's start with the second song.
Sure.
I have to say, the notion that you mentioned about the guitar telling you what to play,
Uh-huh.
that's a very pointed and accurate reference. You have in the song, you're talking a lot about small motions in community that mean a lot. And your guitar lines in there are filled with small, single finger motions that matter a lot. You know, and it's interesting to have that. Do you see that in the song yourself?
I'd never thought of it exactly in those terms. That's an interesting observation. I guess like you were asking a lot about what comes first, like the lyrics and the guitar. I guess for me, I'm always noodling around on the guitar, and I guess that's where that line about like the guitar tells me what I'm going to play. That's pretty accurate to my songwriting. It's like, in some ways, it's like, okay, well, that sequence of notes struck something in me that's got me curious, and now let's see what emerges. And Ray Bradbury has this line, I think, about catch the lightning. It's like creativity sometimes can be faster than I'm just me. I'm just like but like my subconscious brain, it's got all this stuff brewing, all this good stuff, and if I can just the guitar, I guess, gives me an excuse to sort of let go of my conscious mind and just tap into that stuff that's way smarter than myself, and just come up with things that I'm chasing the tail of my own song's wisdom, because I'm like, someday I'm going to understand what that means and live my life just like perfectly or whatever, but it's like I'm not there. I'm just like at the coattails of it, and it's like, and I figure if it's stuff that's helpful for me, then hopefully it's helpful to somebody else too.
Right. Very much going to be true, I think. And if you don't live the perfect life, I think the chase is worth the work. You know,
Absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely. I
you
mean,
know,
none of
and
us do, right? None of us, there's no way really to live the perfect life, is there? So, I mean, all we can do is, and like, be kind of cognizant of the things that we don't know and that there is more. And I think something about like the mystery of those chords and those notes, like inspire that in me. Like, there's something out there. There's something a little more. There's something that I can't quite put my finger on. You know.
yeah. And the first song, I just want to say, I hope that that song is has been presented to and received appropriately by the artist who has posted the artwork behind you there on the wall. That I hope that the notion of joy is there for them.
I think so. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
Not your first rodeo here. This is
No, I've been fortunate and blessed, and they keep on making the mistake of reinviting me, and I'll keep on accepting until they kick me out. So,
well. I don't think it's accidental, and it's certainly no mistake. Joseph, thank you very much. We hope to see you again. And
Thank you.
I'll hand it back off here. Laura.
Yes, thank you, Joseph. Wonderful hearing you again. We got so many returning players tonight. It really is the showcase of showcases. But we're always looking for new people. So if anyone out there knows someone that they're like, oh, I think this person that I've heard at my open mic would be great on this show, send them to our website, openmicamerica.com. We'd love to see what other people are out there. But for now, we've got another people for you here, and it is Matt Meehan from Portland, Oregon. He wants to shout out the open mic, the Songwriters Away in Portland. So Matt, it's all you.
Hey everybody, wonderful night. Thanks to everyone who's played, and to Open Mic America for hosting this. This song is called Shadow. Hey, I know it's been a long time. It may not show, but you've been on my mind. It's just that your light sometimes strikes me blind. I walk away, leave the light behind. Yes, I know life is better with you, and I know you're always there for me. I'm scared to show things that I've been through, or live the life you show to me. But every time I turn away, I feel so alone. When I return, you always say, welcome home. It's so good to spend this time with you. This time, maybe I could stay. I saw your love In the shadow I threw, in the light you shone, as I walked away. I saw your love in the shadow I threw, in the light you shone, as I walked away.
All right.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm going to play an old one now. I wrote this almost 20 years ago. And I don't play it a lot anymore, but I don't know, felt like pulling it out for tonight. It's called Long Way Round. All the roads we've traveled down, all the places that we were bound. It's funny, all of them led here. Some would say, and I guess it's true, we took the long way around and wasted time paying mind to fear. Now I know you were always near and shed a tear every time you watched me fall. Though the way ahead never did get clear, I guess we made it after all. Chasing dreams and foolish schemes, not knowing what we would find, not even knowing what we were searching for. The only road that's yours is one your footsteps leave behind. And who's to say what you made it for? Now I know that you were always near and shed a tear every time you watched me fall. Though the way ahead never did get clear, I guess we made it after all. Worn out boots, scars and truths picked up along the way. The light and the dark we left behind. Things we did and can't undo, words we can't unsay. May they teach us to be kind. Now I know that you were always near and shed a tear as you watched me fall. Though the way ahead never did get clear, I guess we've made it after all. Though the way ahead never did get clear, I guess we made it after all.
Beautiful.
Right.
Lovely.
Matt Meehan, I have to say, first off, I know we all know that you're noted for your lyrics, but I have to just, little golf clap here for the playing in B flat without a capo there on that first song. Doesn't happen all that often in the folk world. I was pleased to see it. Mad skills.
Yeah, the
there.
folk key of B flat.
The folk key, yes. Well,
Yeah, I was actually playing an A flat because I have my guitar tuned down a whole step. So
that was my next question. Okay.
even more common
Yeah.
key.
Yeah. In the bluegrass world, the key of B flat is called G3. Yeah. for the capo being
Right,
on the fret. Yeah.
right.
All right. So please tell us a little bit about. Let's go dive deep into the past first. Please tell us about that prestigious school you studied at.
You talking about Naropa?
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know which.
the longer name.
Oh, the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics.
Yes. What's
Yeah,
that?
I used to live in Boulder, Colorado, and there's a Naropa University there. It was institute back then, but it's university now. Was founded by Chogyam Trungpa and Allen Ginsberg back in some decades before I was there. It's a Buddhist school, and they had a writing program that was very beat oriented, beat poet oriented. And Ginsberg used to come in the summer and teach. And the head of the department, or when I was there, was Ann Waldman, who's a wonderful poet, and just a really great faculty. And I was in Boulder, so I started taking classes there without any intention of ever getting a degree. I just figured, I might as well take classes at this cool place. And I took a lot of writing classes. I also took a lot of Jungian therapy and transpersonal therapy classes. And eventually had enough credits to get a degree. So I went ahead and got a degree, even though I'm not sure why, but highly useful degree, an MFA in poetry.
Yeah, that's a moneymaker, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I also noted as I was looking around to find interesting things to say about you. I also noticed that you've done some work with a very favorite songwriter of mine named Anna Tivell. How did you guys run into each other? What's going on there?
Anna lived in Portland. She still does live in Portland. And sometime it's probably, I don't know if it's quite 10 years ago now or not, but she took a songwriting class that I was teaching. And after the first class session, I asked her, "Hey, you want to join my band?" And she said, "Sure," because she was in a lot of bands back then, but she wasn't, touring yet. She's a really, really good fiddle player. So she was playing fiddle a lot and just starting to do her own songs. So she was in my trio for a while, and we did a lot of shows, where we shared. I'd book a show and she'd do half. and play fiddle on my songs. And I got to record with her a few times. And
Yeah, very cool.
and I always knew that she'd be, she'd be touring the world at some point. So I was lucky I got to hang out with her back then.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you guys work wonderfully well together, and that'll be something to look forward to in the future. Hearing you in that band. Let's.
Can I just
see.
say about Anna? She's one of my favorite songwriters. I think she's absolutely brilliant, and she's also one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. So.
Yeah, I've only met her once, but it was in a situation where if she wasn't a nice person, I would have known about it because I was doing the front of house sound. So.
She's very nice.
Yes, she is. And so are you, Matt. We always enjoy having you here. I hope you come back many, many times. It's something I look forward to. I always look for your name on the list. And we will hopefully see you again as soon as possible.
You will indeed. And thank you, Mike. It's always
All
a
right.
pleasure to play here.
Laura, back to you.
Thank you, Matt. Lovely songs as always. It's a treat to hear you play and hear everybody play here tonight. It really has been an awesome show. And we're just going to keep that rolling. We've got 2 more performers for you, and we have Nick Carter up at the mic next from Riverside, Connecticut. He wants to shout out the Wednesday night band setter open mic, which is at Club London Wine Bar in Stamford, Connecticut, which is hosted by Frank Tosto. So Nick, are you ready?
Sure am. Good to be back. Wonderful to see everybody. I see some familiar faces here tonight, and it's great to be back on Open Mic America. Since I was last on, I think it's been a while, I had to postpone some earlier shows on Open Mic America, and Dave has always been kind enough to find room for me later on, so I'm very grateful for that. And Laura and Mike, it's good to be here with you guys as well. The album that has come out in the last several months is called Fountain Pen, and I'm going to share the title track. And it's, well, I hate to do it, but it's about a broken heart. And it's the voice of a broken heart. Please don't hate me for the words she made me write. She's been talking to herself all night. Trembling hand is steady now. Thoughts coming clear. And she's leaving you one last souvenir. I am her only fountain pen. The birthday gift you gave her back then. And I can't count the times she's picked me up and put me down. But she's writing rain tonight, the way the ink is pouring out. And her words say you are out of time. And they lay across the page like a field of mines. And no way out between the lines. I can't stop her from writing it's the end. I am just a fountain pen, like a jet black arrow flying from her hand. I signed your names the day you traded wedding bands, and Italian summer postcards and late night letters back at school, and notes of devotion by 2 crazy loving fools. But tonight she's asking how it all went wrong, drawing lines straight to all you could have done, and question marks and margins hanging heavy, so cold. 1 exclamation point closing in to take its toll, and her words say you are out of time. And they lay across the page like a field of mines. And there's no way out between the lines. and I can't stop her from writing it's the end. I am just a fountain pen. Her pain is out of hiding. She can't fake it anymore. And the ink from my lips draws you a goodbye kiss. Now she packs me in her suitcase and pins that letter to the door. Whoa. The words she writes say you are out of time, and they lay across the page like a field of mines. And there's no way out between the lines. I can't stop her from writing it's the end. I am just a fountain pen, and I can't stop before it's over the end. I am just a fountain pen.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're up a little bit.
Thanks very much.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Not exactly a joyous piece, but it's took a while to write it. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. The album kicks off with a song called My Guitar's My Compass. I'm going to share that with you now. There was a time in life when, while I'm doing a lot of music now in my life, and I'm so grateful to be able to do all that, there was a time in life when I put down the guitar. And this story talks about that a little bit, and a little bit also about how I found my way back to music by picking up the guitar again. Winter 78, I finally quit the band for a job back home with family. I just did not see the trouble coming down as my guitar became a stranger to me. Fresh out of school, steady paycheck in hand, my pockets full of cash. I had an office in the field, helping farmers work the land. Had 3 good years before the crash. Then the markets broke the farms, and the banks came calling for the keys. I closed up shop, and I watched the bridges burn. My hometown wasn't home to me. The right roads don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road, and my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. Ooh, yeah. Went to work on Wall Street, found no peace of mind. Started playing downtown bars, finally broke away and left the suits behind and traded stocks for tips in a jar. The right road don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road, and my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. Here we go now, now. find me now in Soho, and I'm playing like I'm paying off the debt. My guitar case catching quarters for solos, but it's better than a promise never kept. Oh, it's better than a promise never kept. The right roads don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road. Indeed I will. Right road don't always lead you home, and the wrong ones are paved with alibis. But if my guitar is my compass when I go, I'll find my road. And my songs will be the stars I'm guided by. You know, my song will be the stars I'm guided by. Now come, my friend, help me find my road. And won't you kindly guide me home, and be my compass when I go.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love that song. Love that.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Nick Carter,
Yes, sir.
right off the bat, you started in with something, and that was before you started singing. I noticed that you're a guy who likes images and objects. I see that display of the two Strat types and the two
Yeah.
Telecaster types behind you,
Yes, sir. Yes,
beautifully arranged like that.
Thank you.
I wasn't surprised then when you did what you did in both songs. And in both songs, you take and you use objects as images in order to get to the heart of the people and the feelings. And I'm sure you're aware of that in your music, but boy, it really jumped out to me as a note to all of us as songwriters. Look, this can be done, and Nick Carter just did it. Yeah,
Well, thank you.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's very nice. Paved with alibis, paper, field of minds. All those images. Very, very strong stuff. Really, really nice. Makes it easy on the interviewer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
So, I noticed on either your website or Facebook page, there was an emphasis on the notion of contemporary folk. I see the contemporary right away in the guitar stylings, the use of the partial capo, things like that are a little more modern technique. What makes folk music to you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think for me, it draws on practices, at least for me, in the way some of the older songs were created, with a lot of emphasis on mining the story by just fiddling with your guitar on and on again, looking for the ideas and lyrics that come. And there is, to me, with me, even though the electric guitars are posted here behind me, there's a lot of work I do primarily on acoustic guitar, among other things. And I think the images and the usage of just story, spending time. I'm very grateful that you picked up on the usage of images and items. And I think one of the main appeals to me of folk music is the story. The effort to, I hope, and it's not easy at all, but I hope that you see yourself in my songs at some point, that the listener will do that. And I think that's a lot of the power of, at least that's what folk music means to me, at least the contemporary part.
Yes. Excellent explanation.
Thank you for the question.
Excellent explanation. So I also have to ask, given your listed influences, are you still a fan of the 2-5-1-6 progression?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be, right? Yeah. It's at the heart of it all. Well, Nick Carter, marvelous craft in what you do,
Thank
and real, very stirring feelings. And you betcha, I do see myself in both of those songs. Thank you for writing them, and thank you for sharing them with us here.
Great to be back, Mike. Thank you very much. Look forward to the next time.
All right. Yeah, me too. All right, Laura, it's all you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. Those were beautiful songs. Those were beautiful. And you know what? Believe it or not, everyone, we've gotten to our last performer of the night, but don't worry because it is her OMA debut. We are so excited to welcome Linda Sussman from Huntington Station, New York. She wants to shout out the North Shore Original Open Mic, or NOOM, which is in Huntington, New York. And Linda, I hope you're ready. Stage is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. This has been just, a joy to hear so many different sounds here and meet new people and hear all the music. So it's been wonderful. Thanks for having me. And I am going to start with a song called Shake It Loose Today, which is the title track of my latest album. So here goes. This is too loud. You gotta lick your wounds before you can dry your eyes. You gotta get down to the bottom, have yourself a good long cry. You gotta learn how to fall before you can learn to rise. Push through the fog when your chips are down, move your woes to the far side of town. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today. You gotta meet your demons and look 'em square in the eye. Shake 'em onto the floor, then kick 'em down curbside. You gotta let 'em go. Oh, if you're gonna rise, push through the fog when your chips are down, move your woes to the far side of town. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today. You gotta choose your tune, you gotta shuffle your time, get down to a new groove, you gotta lasso your mind, you gotta flip your beat. Oh, if you wanna rise, push through the fog when your chips are down, move your woes to the far side of town. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today. Get on your feet, step out of your way, make some noise, shake it loose today.
Yeah.
Rock that. Nice.
A little rocky start, but I got there. Thank you.
You sure did.
So I am going to, what do I want to do next? I'm going to do this song. Nick was just talking about taking a break from his music, and that's something that I did also for about 12 years. And then when I got back into it around 2016, so not that long ago, I wrote this song. This was one of my two, one night songwriting for a song. I usually take a little longer than that. And this is my song called The Last Mix. I wrote it about 2 in the morning when I couldn't sleep after being jazzed, after finishing an album I had been working on, and we had just finished The Last Mix. So hopefully you can all relate to this. It's a little too hot.
We just finished on the full of the moon. The light was dancing on the walls through the night. The mixes were still filling my ears with sound. Oh, what a joyous night. Oh, what a joyous night. We played the same tune till it filled every pore, hearing so many sounds till we could almost hear no more, searching the right tone to sail away on. Oh, what a joyous night. Oh, what a joyous night. With me, find a line and settle in. Pull up a chair to the melody. Let it play over. Let it play over. Let it play over. Over again. New riffs and harmonies were brought in at last. High notes and rockin' licks skated straight across the tracks. A blanket of snow had fallen outside. Oh, what a joyous night. Oh, what a joyous night. Come walk with me. Find a line and settle in. Pull up a chair to the melody. Let it play over. Let it play over. Let it play over. Over again. We just finished on the full of the moon. The light was dancing on the walls through the night. The mixes were still filling my ears with sound. Oh, what a joyous night. Oh, what a joyous night.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Awesome.
Thank you. Hey, Mike.
Hey there. Ready to go here. Okay. Well, first off, Um, you, Huntington Station, as I recall, isn't that a little farther out from New York City, from like Cold Spring Harbor?
Yeah, it's actually
Right.
right next door to Cold Spring Harbor.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know where you're from then. But I tell you what, that isn't New York City. But you played down on Bleecker Street. You played at the bitter end. That's some literal New York City street cred right there, young lady. That's that's cool. Um, right away on the second song in particular, the first song, blues, nicely classic, nice use of the blues colors and paintbrushes and all that and that kind of thing. Strong song. The second song, right away I heard Joni, and I think that's probably an influence for you. But I noticed that you have a shared influence with me that I was interested to hear how he shows up in your writing. If you could talk a little bit about that. Martin Sexton.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't actually say that he has influenced my writing because I came to him, or he came to me so late in my journey, my musical journey. But yeah, I mean, I love him. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, nice work in the open D there. Very nice stuff. So, you've written quite a lot of music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have something that sort of escalates to the level of ritual in terms of how you begin writing a song, or after the very first impulse, the very first push of a line, or whatever? Do you have a steady way that you approach it to go forward? I ask this question because we have people watching. Many people who are watching are songwriters, and if they can get a tip from someone that has your level of skill, that would be nice for them.
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard a similar theme running through everyone's responses here, which is it really depends. Or some people really gravitate toward lyrics first. And for myself, I also write a lot of social justice songs. And it's interesting because my social justice songs, I always write the lyrics first because there is something that is moving me. And it really, it's prose that I have to get down. So that is what drives those songs. But everything else, I'm inspired by just sitting and noodling on the guitar, mostly. Although, the world around me inspires me, whether it's books or movies or listening to conversations and what people are talking about. But in terms of songwriting and people new to songwriting or working on their skills, and we're all working on that, no matter how much background we have. So I don't profess to know it all by any means, but I think if you, or for me, if I start hearing something in my head, I'm always either videoing myself using QuickTime or just my audio on my phone using my notes memo. I'll grab that. I'm always capturing, and I would say, like, it depends. If something really keeps eating at me, I keep going back to the same riff, then I know that there is more there, so I dig deeper.
So you preserve your inspirations, and you follow up with your urges.
Yeah, great way of saying that. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that's very good. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, that's a hot tip. And I really enjoyed hearing you. I'm always happy to see people who come in and just wow us on their first trip here through the Open Mic America stage. And I hope that we will see you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you had a good time.
I did. This was a lot of fun.
All right. Laura, I'm going to hand it back to you. Thank you, Linda.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda. It was a great way to close out the show. Let's give another big round of applause for all of our performers tonight. It really has been a wonderful night tonight. Thank you, Dan and Faith. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, John. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Matt. It has been a pleasure hearing all of your beautiful songs tonight. And of course, we couldn't have had the show without our wonderful crew. Thank you to Mike for being our interviewer with some really great questions tonight. Thank you, Capo Dave, for making sure it all ran smoothly and everybody could be seen. Wonderful working with you too. And of course, thank you to our audience who is watching out there in YouTube land. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for spreading the word, and make sure that if you like the show that you do, spread the word, tell your friends. You can use social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, Open Mic America and Open Mic America Music Show. And if you really enjoyed the performers tonight, please check out their websites, check out their links. They are in the description of this YouTube video. They are also on our website. That's openmicamerica.com. Check out the past performers. You can see all of the links there. You can see the next lineup for the next show. And if you really like the show, you can head to the green room section and print out your own poster or get your own t-shirt with our fabulous logo on it. But most importantly, if you do nothing else after this show, please check out your local open mics. I guarantee you there are people wherever you live who are singing amazing songs just like you heard tonight, and you should go check them out. If you think there might be one that we mentioned tonight and you can't remember the name of it, go ahead and check out our website under the local open mics tab. We always update that with the local open mics that our performers shout out tonight. And of course, there's the links to all of their websites on our website too. That is openmicamerica.com. Don't worry, you have to wait just a little bit, but we will be back on May 7th for our next show. It's going to be hosted by Daphne Ramil, Rich Fassler, and teched by TK Tran. If you want to know the full lineup, you know where to go. It's openmicamerica.com. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. It has been fabulous having all of you here playing tonight. We now all wave goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. Good night, America.
Thank you, Laura.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.